Hey everyone, Coach Aero here. Today we're adding to our analysis series where we're analyzing the Overwatch League 2022 matches shortly after they happen. Today, in this video, we're going to be looking at the Houston versus Dallas match, the Battle for Texas. It was their first match of the season, and it's a pretty exciting one. Let's get started. All right. Here we go. So we're going to look through, and I just want to see, since when you watch it live, you don't get to see, how each team sets up. There's a lot of details you miss, And so I think it's an important thing, especially as a coach, if you're the coach of a team, whether this is an opponent or not, if there's a team that you deem is strong in the league currently, going back and looking more in depth at how they positioned, how they set up, what kind of combos they use, that kind of stuff, is important. And it'll help you understand not only how they play, but things that you can do to improve your team's play. So even if you don't take like super in-depth notes or do anything like that, knowing what happened is still a good start, And so here I'm not going to be doing like all this note taking and stuff that I would do if I was in season as a coach, but we're going to talk about it and see if we can learn. Yeah, what sprays and skins? Yeah. They don't get to use any skins, unfortunately.
It's creating a deadly gas here in the arena. It's Overwatch 2 EM. Yeah, it's here and it's filling all of our senses. So hopefully it'll alleviate some of your ankle pain. Yeah, well. I mean, right now,
playing. So in this match, the Dallas players had kind of talked about in interviews that they were very nervous. They're very nervous going into this, and that answer, some would say that's a cop-out answer. But it does have a lot of value, that does happen, especially with in-person events, crowd being very loud and that kind of thing. Well, yeah.
So we are rolling out here. The crowd is going wild. Fuel, it's roll up. That's the answer. I mean, Dante's played a lot of Doom in the past.
All right.
Doom, it's still close to what it is.
So here, the sim TPs always go to the corner, far corner. Remember that for your teams. You do this TP because you get out of spawn fast, and you do it with whatever character has mobility.
I mean, Dante's played a lot of Doom in the past.
You rock soldier afterwards. I like the top down so much. Okay, so here's the main difference, right? So right here, Lucio Annas are both rolling out. The initial rollout on a Koth map, I think it's very important. I always like to analyze, number one, your initial rollout, number two, how you retake, what pathing they take when they retake, and number three, where they hold when they have control. So with Doom, you can get to point a little faster, but they have the main difference. Where is Houston's soldier? I think he's in here, right? On the left side. Pelican's here. Genji's here. So this is the difference. Oh no, Merit's in main. So there's a slight difference here with Merit being here and their soldier being here. Pelican, you see that?
Winston on one side, Doom on the other. Dante getting lit up a bit here, has to use power block. Go.
These guys.
One sec, guys. Like I got family coming in. All right, sorry about that.
A little bit back, the fuel looking healthy. Now it's gonna be their turn to look for a dive here. Sparkle looking to the air.
Okay.
Too much. The fuel circle around.
So you see how it's developed? This is an interesting thing. So when Dante leaves, Fearless and Sparkle rotate towards main, which I'm not really sure I agree with, because their supports are still in hookah, right? Their supports are still in hookah, which means Dante and Pelican, basically anyone that was on this side of the map that wasn't in main, has access to them. Pelican obviously is a different story because of his mobility. He has access to them as well. So here, yeah, that was literally just a combo of Dante Pelican, seeing that the tanks rotated into main, and where was Fearless at though? What did Fearless decide to do when this happened? Fearless is counter diving, and Sparkle is trying to 1v2 backline, I think. Right? Yeah. Sparkle is 1v2ing over here. So you see the difference in tank play? Where the Winston counter dives with bubble, and in this case, the tank is going aggressive for Houston because it's Doomfist. So,
5v4. Sparkle though gets Iris on the other end. Now 4-4 Dante looking for the Genji in the corner.
and then they're able to kite back and deal with it afterwards because it's just a Genji over there. Where were soldiers at? Are they both still in main? Yeah, you can see him there. So this is cleanup. Okay. So we need to look at the setups here. This is the next part that's important. So here, where's Dante? Can we see where Dante actually is?
Making really playing well, coming back to help that backline get those picks, and this is gonna be a first half going the way of the Houston Outlaws. And when you watch that first fight, it's so important here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have tank supports are in hookah, echoes above point, and soldiers here. So Fuel retaking is sending their monkey in main with these three over here and Anna here. So if we need to see what Dante's gonna do when they notice this, okay? Because they, depending on how fast this fight breaks out.
Who's being removed from position? Who's getting?
Okay, so he goes for main, just takes the high ground here. Anna's going in hookah, so he's just late.
Where's the dive coming?
So the Outlaws in control.
Here's the initial fight over top. Nade comes in. Houston supports have rotated to, let's see. Anna rotates all the way into main.
Lastro here in the back, a little bit pressure. Dante so low. Sparkle chases him down. Ends up with a nice little two-piece. And the Fuel right back to Bio though. Fearless low. Sparkle ends up with a nice here in the back, a little bit pressure. Dante. The Fuel right back on it. Looking for the high ground early. Lastro here in the back.
So this happens. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your message, T-Money. Hey, what's up, friend? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. So this is an important thing to note, okay? So you know how we talk about attention as a resource and all that kind of stuff? Well, while Iris is rotating here, which I'm not sure what the determination is. I think he's just scared because they have their monkey Genji, when they have control high ground, have a great dive angle here. And so if you rotate as, you know, main when you think you've lost the high ground and don't think you can take it back, like this is okay because you know their whole team's over here, right? I mean, the main dive could happen, but you know, when you kite back, they're not going to be able to have support. So when they chunk Dante out here, Lastro goes back to help him, but they chunk him out while the rotation's happening. So Dante can't get support. Right here. Dante's low. He's so low, and he's low forever. See, they're running to help him. That was good. Okay. Now we need to see. Fuel is playing the meta comp, right? This is the comp that everyone expects to see. So how they position in this one is going to be really interesting. All right, so here we have the Genji in the area where the Echo normally is, which is kind of expected. And their other three are on high ground. Monkey's close. Houston. Look at this. The flank is happening here. Merritt's here. Dante's going here. this would be really interesting. If they time this well, you could have three angles of pressure happening all at once. But you have to get value off the initial one. When you're playing split like this and doing a split dive, you have to actually get value off of your initial, you know, whatever this initial play is, the reason why they're peaking. If they don't get value off this initial burst, it becomes really dangerous because one of your DPS is going to be isolated. And in this case, the one that's going to be in more danger is going to be the Echo, because your supports are back here and main, they're like underneath where the camera is. And Echo's not going to have any, like, the only support they're going to have is if Echo gets an LOS from main where the supports are.
Opportunity, a window here before Outlaws have anything else. Pelican.
So here we go. Boom. This is perfect. Did their, yep, and their solars in main. Look at this. Dante comes in here. They're watching him. Echo comes in from behind. Beautiful. Meanwhile, all this is happening. So this is a beautiful setup, a beautiful play, because they're going to be looking at Merit, because if they drop, like they're dropping right here to avoid the Doomfist, means they're dropping into Merit's sightline. And the reason they're going to drop forward is because where Sparkle and Fearless are positioned is positioned to dive either in hookah or main. And so this is where Pelican gets like free value from here. This kind of play, if you're reliant on the Echo on this kind of flank, this only works once because they're not expecting it. Now Dante dies.
The fuel strategy of Ast right now is to go for Dante early, and the last few fights he has not been able to get away.
Yep, that was good.
Using that nano to great advantage. Now they need to clear up here on the point. Iris is still alive.
Houston doesn't get the value, doesn't get the initial burst kill, and so it's gonna fall apart.
Sustain, but they should be able to get some of these kills. They're not getting them. They're still just staying alive, playing it slow, but this is still point control for Fuel.
But Fuel did nano Genji, by the way. If you didn't see that, I didn't highlight it. But as Fielder's dropping right here, as soon as he gets that pressure, he hits the nano on Sparkle here, and Sparkle's gonna go in. And the drop, this was timed just wrong enough, like just barely wrong enough, that he's not in LOS to hit the beam. Like if this is a tiny bit faster, he gets that skill with the beam. That's really close.
Alive, a lot of sustain, but they should be able to get some of these kills. They're not getting them. They're still just staying alive, playing it slow, but this is still point control for Fuel. They're building up towards their ults, but Last going to have that beat available for Sparkle's Blade and for the visor for Edison.
Look how aggressive. Look at this spawn camp. Okay. So this is a good read. Let me full screen it actually. Okay. This is a good read from Houston. They know that Fielder is the only one that died, right? Fielder's the only one that died, and he's going to be cut off from the team. And so when they are running back here, they do the spawn camp with their high mobility people. This is good. And now they can push in. The key is, though, when that happens, Merit and Iris have to stay alive. And they use the beat in order to accomplish that. That's really good. I mean, Edison and Fearless also ulted, so the beat gets like a crazy amount of value in this case.
But the Outlaws now, they're bringing it to point. They're looking to flip. The Fuel still looking for anything with Edison down. That should be it.
Point going the way, and it's so scrappy here. It's so important to think about as we move to this 5v5 setting for Overwatch 2. There's going to be a lot of fights happening everywhere.
Yes.
And you have to be watching for that isolation again and again and again instead of for these dive setups here. As Sparkle now still holding on to the blade. There's no beat anymore. So for Outlaws, they should really be looking to go aggressive here. They can't be letting Sparkle get tons of value with this blade, but also...
Okay. Sorry about that. Let's keep it going.
They save their cooldowns. The blade will not get a ton of value. They can just run again. Feel no beat anymore. So for
Alright, so here, after that fight,
as Sparkle now still holding on to the blade. There's no
we only have blade. We have beat. Our Dallas is about to have beat. Houston has duplicate and doom ult.
They should really be looking to go aggressive here. They can't be letting Sparkle get tons of value with this blade, but also as long as they save their cooldowns,
They're all going main. And this,
get a ton of value. They can just run blade, but also anymore.
let's look at Houston.
They should really be looking to go aggressive here. They can't be letting Sparkle get tons of value with this blade, but
Okay.
also
I don't know if you guys saw that,
they should really be
but if you look, supports, Dante, Merit are up here. Echo's here. Echo is going to fly up and over and then come down this way. Then Fearless is going to jump in this, or not Fearless. Dante's going to engage from here. You can see Echo. It's kind of, you can see the 2 pixels of Echo right here.
looking to go aggressive here. They can't be letting Sparkle get tons of value with this blade, but also as long as they save their cooldowns, The blade will not get a ton of value. They can just run
Again,
away.
Fielder looks to sky. You have Falcon coming in. Dante
And they get Edison off of it. That looked like an accident, right? He was not doing that intentionally. It looked like he was trying to get Winston. Winston or Anna. He's trying to get... Yeah, the Lucio is an accident. Lucio copy.
5v4. Lucio clone out. Sparkle cuts Merritt down in the back. Back down to 4. Outlaws still in control of the point. Fuel now going towards the high ground. Heavy pressure onto the top. Pelican gonna grab the beat and can't hit the ground. The beat
Even though he doesn't get a beat, he delays Iris's death a long time. Iris doesn't die until here.
Can't hit the ground. The beat does not come out. Still though, Outlaws in the fight, in control. Pelican under pressure, shot down by Edison with a bit of Winston pressure to boot.
And considering
Okay.
the ult available, that blade
We
is
have
available,
effectively a neutral... Well, it's not going to be neutral.
they peeled back.
Fuel's going to have nano.
They negated the value of the blade, but the problem is that Fuel got so much space that they're able
Okay.
to punish all
They're setting up now. They're setting up now.
and now they're holding on to Nano, about to have a
Look how fast Houston's trying to do this. You see how fast Houston's setting up? They're trying to get this off ASAP. So right here... Yeah, you can cancel Echo's Beam. You've always been able to. They actually chunk out Sparkle. Crazy. How does that happen?
Meanwhile, for Outlaws, they gotta go back to the wall again.
Oh, it's Merritt. And Merritt hits a lot of damage on him. And they get the punch. See, this kind of thing, I like it a lot as Echo, but
Pelican could take down Felix from the
it's expected now. They did it once, and they know, and it's expected. So, like, that's a... Even though this is a... Like, it's good, Fielder hits a nasty sleep. I mean, he was 20 HP and had no business living that, you know? But them getting so much damage on Sparkle pre-fight and then Dante hitting the punch right here, that was really good. Where... See, Fuel... This is what I'm saying by the pacing, okay? Because you see how Fuel is still... They're not... If your Soldier... Fuel wants to have nano for this. You know, they what they want to have happen is they're trying to set up in some kind of multi-angle thing. And let's see. That's Lucio, sorry, that's not Soldier, but still. Where is their Soldier? Their Soldier's okay. So here's what they're trying to do. You see, Genji's here, Monkey Lucio are here, Soldier's here. So they're trying to do this. The same thing we've been looking at, just at a different location on the map. So when we talk about pushes and dives that are transferable, this is what I mean. When you can force this kind of dive in a lot of scenarios, but Houston beats it by their pacing, by going fast and denying one of the setups. So since they deny this one before the fight even happens, Lucio Monkey have to fall back to try to cover him. They're the only ones that really can. And now it's on Edison to get some kind of crazy backline trade, you know?
Again, and Pelican could take down Felix from the enemy. Dante finds Sparkle. And early pickup on this life. He's gone. The revenge. Fielder watched the sky and clipped the bird's wings.
And now there's the auto pressure there. The Primal going to be invested. Can Fearless get more? We've seen him do it before with the Winston. He gets a lot of value. They're on the Soldier. Can they find him? They are going to get him. But still, they have to make sure the points contested. They have to wait for their spawners.
Nano and Primal to try and win the fight.
Still very much able to contest. Merritt out of the fight. Fearless down.
But
Pelican right back in. And the Outlaws.
he does not live long enough.
Sparkle looking for a little bit of poke. Has to be careful. Has to play his life. Speaking of playing his life, Edison in the sprint out. There's Dante just barely gets away again. Dante's
All right.
look enemy number one. But for now, he survives. Looking for a little bit more. 88%.
So this is where Fuel gets back quick enough and they live long enough that they can take a fast fight. You know, it just flipped. They were... Ooh. See, the nano on the Doom is an interesting one. It's something that not teams running Doom don't usually do. On Houston did it here, and they did it when their Echo was copying Ana and they used the duplicate nano on Doom. Okay, now we need to see setups again. So we kind of have a similar situation.
Nice little safety blanket after you move
I need to see a different angle. Okay. So what's going... So Fearless swaps into Doom, which is interesting. I wonder why he feels like Doom is better. Maybe he's just trying to deny... One thing that... Because Doom's punch is on such a low cooldown and it's relatively easy to hit in short ranges, they're probably playing Doom as more like a counter thing. He probably wants to just try to control Dante. Either control Dante or all in on supports, if I'm guessing. And the way Houston sets up is very similar. Their Echo is playing window and he goes above, and then in this case he's just shooting from main for now. Doomfist is here, all the other three on high ground. And then Fuel is going to go in here as 5. They check main, decide they don't want to do it, and want to go left side for whatever reason. So here we go. They push into Hookah. Right here. And then they engage fast here. And I think this is good. When you have Doom ult, I think you can do this a lot. You want to go aggressive and then Doom ult mid-fight for the slow. You don't want to use it strictly to survive. You want to be able to get value from the slow now. That's the way I'm thinking of it. Not only is it a way to live temporarily, but you also use it as a slow. So your team, you know, that's the ideal case. Okay. So they do. Fuel has no ult is the issue. They use that and then instantly get beat the second they get it, and they tack right away, and it's just ult advantage. But that's the thing about if you are down in ults and you're tracking them well, you never really want to take a 5v5 unless your comp is built to 5v5, like a close range 5v5, you know? So I don't really like that recontest, but they didn't have time, you know? It was like they had to do something.
Right now for Fuel, they're really hoping to get those strong engages onto the backlines late. Then you have the bubble available from the Winston to split heals. But with the Doom,
so far, Houston is really the way that they're abusing Echo more than the Genji is number one, their defensive holds and setups. They're using the Echo as a stronger side angle threat. So just like we were talking about how, like the situation where Fuel did the 3-prong thing, remember? It was Genji, Soldier on the right, and then Winston on the left. Well, Echo can use cover way better, and Doomfist is faster at the engage, so it's just an interesting... they're doing the same thing, it's just a slightly different style. Echo has the execute beam, Genji has the dash for execute resets, so they kind of hold the same role in the comp. Now Houston is prioritizing up top, and do they get here way before? Like what? Come on.
So I kind of like both. Well, we got Doom here from the Fuel. The Fuel making a little bit of adjustments, and just like with Dante, Doom public enemy number one.
Dante gets the punch onto Fearless, and so Fearless has to leave. Fearless punched, what was it? He punched either Echo, or it was either Echo or Soldier. Who did he punch here? He punched the Lucio. That didn't really matter. Whereas Dante punched the Doom, and so the Doom has to back off because he's scared to fall off. And they prioritize this. As soon as they lose the high ground fight, did you notice? You see where Edison's going? So they're trying to do this both teams are trying to do this. So we have Fearless here. We have Edison is going far this way, and then Sparkle is right here. There's a 3-pronged little attack, you know? Whereas Houston is going to push this way with their Doom. Their Echo is going to go this way. And we don't really know what Merritt's doing yet. He's probably just going to sit in the window. It's just a strong spot. Yeah, see Pelicans right there. Their support, or their Ana and their Soldier are in the windows. Did he hit a... So he hit a purple on Edison. That's the only person he purpled? Yeah, the Edison, or the Edison. The nade hits right there. And then Doom follows up on the nade. just does, you know, as soon as he, I like this a lot. This is a Doomfist thing. See, after this, he hits his E, or his block, sorry. And then when he's in the doorway, he does instant punches. He's full block charge. His punch is empowered. So he gets a huge 4-man punch just with one tap. It doesn't matter that it's not charged. It's just a tap for disruption. It's the only reason he lives. And it punches Sparkle into LOS of Merit and Iris. You look at Merit's ult charge. Merit hits at least 1 to 2 shots on him right here. Boom, boom, boom. 12%, 13% ult charge. And then Iris hits a 1 left click. 4-man punch, too strong. Wait. Yeah. That was good. But that's an interesting thing.
Setting up the pummel, and then here comes the punch from Iris. Every time it's the 1-2 combo. They're using those nades to such great effect.
All right, so where is Outlaws going to set up, and how are they going to do this fork attack, the 3-prong? Okay. Dante's sitting in main. Soldier Enter still on high ground. That's just the best spot for them. Since these two characters are so fluid with where they can set up, it doesn't really matter. You prioritize your Soldier Anna to get in whatever spot you feel is strong. You let Pelican and Dante do the long flanks. Whereas a lot of these teams, what Fuel was doing, if you notice, Edison is going on these long flanks. Sparkle is sitting in cover and has to, in range to where he can dash. And since Edison's the one going on long flanks, it changes the style of how they do these 3-prong attacks. Okay, so here's the push in. This is how Fuel wants to retake. They retake all on their right side. Look at see this wide angle. Okay, so how does Chio die here, other than obviously Dante? Right here, there's a slam. That's a big slow. People playing Doomfist need to prioritize how crazy a 30% AoE slow is with this kind of range. A slow on a target basically means they die. So Chio gets the slam. He gets hit with what seems like 1 left click there. And he's already dead. Oh my god. Does Iris hit him? Who hits him? Merit's ult charge didn't go up. Iris's does. And Dante does. They absolutely just obliterate it. You see how crazy that is? Does the Anna nade hits Iris's nade hits field there? Gets to execute there. Dante's gonna die in trade. Pelican's 1. He doesn't get killed. Edison gets obliterated by Merit. Bam, 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 bam. Done. He probably got hit with a rocket combo. Lasher didn't even do much that fight. His ult charge barely moved. But Merit actually did a lot. How does Merit die? Where is Merit at? Oh, they went with the Echo. Okay, I see. So right here, Merit goes this way. Lucio, Doomfist go this way. Anna, and so it's this 3-pronged. Reinforced put Toronto over Fuel? That's funny. I mean, I think, here's the thing. While Fuel didn't look great in the match that we're watching right now, and they looked okay today, Toronto looked exceptional today, I think primarily because of the way they were playing Tracer. And I don't think Toronto's actually that good right now. I think they're really good in control and push maps. But when you don't have Tracer to be able to spread the fight out like that, they collapsed. But at the same time, the argument is, if you're good at push and control, you're good at 3 out of 5 maps. I still think Dallas is a favorite. They're going to grow and just get better and better. Okay. A falling leaf that does massive amounts of damage.
And here's the thing of this is Overwatch 2, it's 5v5. You can't go, just throw a D.Va into the mix if you're not willing to commit to D.Va as your main tank.
Wait, did I get a host or something? Did I miss a host?
I mean, realistically, Chio has to make
What's
sure
up,
they're saving those speed
Electrician
boosts.
Gamer? How you doing, friend?
There's so much value here in just trying to save that speed boost, honestly, from the disengage.
Or did I miss a raid or something? I didn't. I got no notification. I'm so sorry. What the heck? It doesn't even appear in my Twitch logs. Reinforce, I love you, friend. Thank you so much for the host. I hope your stream went well. Thank you. I have no idea. I don't know why I have no notifications. Anyway, thank you, Reinforce. I love you. Maybe a notification did go through and I missed it. I don't know. Welcome, guys. We're analyzing Houston Fuel, and then if we have time, we're going to analyze Houston Toronto. Because Toronto used the Tracer to pull apart Houston. That is really good. And I want to show how Fuel lost to this. We're analyzing these setups, okay? All right. After they win this fight, let's see where they step back up. They keep going for this three-pronged stuff, right? So here we have they're prioritizing Soldier on the high ground, and then Echo's on this side, Doom's here. So wherever they go, they're going to have Echo's probably going to do this if this happens. And if they go this way, we probably see this, right? But Houston is setting up in this they're keeping their DPS away from each other. What the hell? Oh, Fearless. How does Fearless... Does he just engages with his shift onto the high ground, punches and misses, and now he has no cooldowns and gets punched off the map? That's a great read by Dante. Where does Dante start here? He starts here. He hears the Doom use all its cooldowns, and then he shifts up and punches him off. That's a fantastic counter to Doomfist. You see that? That's incredible. Now Edison gets Pelican in the 1v1 off to the side. Okay, so here, how do they set up without Pelican then? Are they going to do the same concept? They're still going to keep the same thing? Yeah, they're still doing the same. I mean, this you kind of have to. Dante's about to have ult, so they're just playing slow. You know, they lose their other flank option, and so now they're playing slow and just waiting for Pelican to get close. Dante has so much time too because of ult. Merrick comes back. Here's the attack to re-engage. Boom, there's that. Is he nano too? Yeah, it's nano attack versus just nano. Fearless gets obliterated by Pelican coming back with the beam. And they're running it in with attack, and Fuel's too split to do anything about it. They don't have beat either. Beat is kind of a crazy, kind of a tough thing. You got to figure out how to use it in this kind of meta. Because we've seen a lot of teams use it aggressively in fights. In this kind of matchup, you see a lot of teams use it as you either use it for the blade to negate Nano Blade, or use it to negate like tack. But if the enemy team has both DPS ults, then you can only beat one, and you can delay the other one. And so there's definitely a little game going on. Let's look at their last setup now. Fuel wants to go right side again, and this time it's the same setups, right? Anna just isn't back yet. The exact same setup they're doing before. Oh, Anna's just in main at the moment. She probably got back late. And so here we go.
Here we go, the Fuel. Last chance to bring this map back. Sparkle has the blade.
He beated.
But here we go, the Fuel. Last chance to bring.
What prompts Lastro to beat? Why does he beat right now? Is it because of the Doomfist ult? Or is he just anticipating that because it's the last fight they have to do something? And timer was almost down. It's like, you know, they're going to use their ults. I guess it's fine. HOU beats there. Alright, so think about where the fight started, right? Right here, we have Echo over here fighting the Doomfist. Our soldier, Merit started up here, gets pushed down by the blade. He comes back here with tack, or he doesn't have tack yet. He gets purpled, and what in the world? It's weird to me that when Merit drops to avoid the Genji, that he plays so close to choke. This is the free nade. Free nade on a high priority target. 2 Doomfists? It's crazy.
I mean, they absolutely have to take this.
I think they can win without it. It's a gamble, that's but something you got to take in this situation.
I mean, they absolutely have to take this game.
Imagine you kill a Doomfist and he turns into an Echo and executes you with Beam.
Come up now. There's the blade onto the backline. Finds one. Can they get the second? Not quite. A lot of good damage though.
Looks for Dante, says, yo, I'll slice you up.
Okay.
I didn't even know you were there, but I'm going for it.
So now we haven't seen how Houston has to re-engage on this fight. Do they even have to? I don't even remember. Oh my god, Pelican's actually owning.
And this is a great. Oh my. And they find Sparkle there as well. Oh, they have to get Pelican.
Because it's even, right? Merit should be back by now.
He lives, so now they get to recontest this point. They don't have Sparkle alive.
Yeah, he's back. He's up there. So we have 3. It's 3. They're about to have 4. Everyone's going to be back soon.
It's the age-old strategy. It's overtime ticking down. Who's going to touch? You don't want to be a letter number, not in this situation. And now Dante, under pressure, gets purpled early. Somehow gets away. Dante, an escape artist. And this is okay.
They're going to kill Pelican, right?
Progress to give here, Vast. And is Pelican going to go away too? No, not quite. Fearless. Shut that one down.
Okay. We need to see fuel set up here.
Have to back up here a little bit. They don't have that tank anymore. Nano about to be up for fielder. But look at this old battery.
Okay.
This old battery, this old bank in
The one guy in the crowd. Let's go, Dallas. Oh, this is when the stream was messed up, wasn't it? We're going to miss a lot of this.
But look at this old battery.
Okay. Well, maybe we can at least notice Sparkle swaps to Echo here, which is really interesting. But there are soldiers up here. Fielder and Chio are in main. Dante's already in. Here's interesting.
This old battery, this old bank in general.
He's underneath.
Not really favoring the
I forgot about this. Nice. That's a really good... Honestly, that's a really good... Oh my god. 30 seconds? Okay. Okay. So if they're planning to dive up top right here, do we get to see how any... As soon as this comes back, right here. Is anybody... Who's with Dante? We know Echo is. So Dante's coming up from underneath to push the high ground. Echo's coming from the side to push the high ground. Anna's seemingly just on the corner near the stairs, or he's on the far side and shooting through the window. Don't really know how Dante lived. We just lost 30 seconds.
On their way to claiming the first map here in San Antonio.
And you see Fearless trying to find one, trying to find any, can't find anything at all. And Outlaws getting...
Okay, well, it's really unfortunate that the stream ripped during that one. But the initial trend from map 1 is in looking at how Houston is setting up their attacks and their retakes and their holds. We see so many situations where Houston is going for this triple pronged dive. When they're if there's an extreme flank that Echo can do, they absolutely use it. Their soldier isn't flanking nearly as much, whereas Dallas' soldier was flanking a lot more in comparison. So we had Echo being the primary flanker for Houston in the 3-pronged. You would see like the wide ones where Echo would be doing this, and then Soldier would be doing a short flank. Doom would just be going in main, or they would flip these two. On defensive situations, a lot of times they would flip it to where Soldier and Anna were holding down the main line, and then Dante would come in from a side, and Pelican would come in from a side. Whereas Fuel is having Edison do wide rotations like this, and Sparkle does a short flank. Is this it? Okay. This is where we first see Zarya. Hanbin is in over Fearless now. They're running Zarya. On the first train fight. Now, Midtown's an interesting map. Midtown I actually like a lot. I think first point and third point are really unique. Second point's a little odd, but, you know, it's what it is. being stuck as all 5 up here just is, it's weird, you know. I don't know if I like it. I mean, it's not the issue is anti-nades and just Pelican being able just to spam into this. Like, look at the ult charge for these two. It's all about these two. But this is the most important part of this right here. Right? Hanbin gets slept as he comes out after bubbles. You notice they use right here. Sleep hits, boom, punches him off, and now he's isolated. He's isolated from his team. Did you notice that that punch hits all 3 of them? And Hanbin goes this way, and everyone else goes in the train? That is unlucky. But Hanbin he stepped out, gets split off, and now they push. They need to choose who to push, and they choose to push the train. And they don't actually get any kills, so that's pretty crazy. But look at this flank that Pelican can do. You see this? Where is Merit actually set up? Merit's set up just on point, right? Merit is here. So Pelican's on the flank. Pelican's on the flank here. Merit's here. Anna's here. And then Doomfist is just holding here, looking to punch and isolate people. This is actually pretty solid. If you think about when they push out here, the slam from Doomfist, if you want to, you can slam and get a crazy slow field right there, or you can punch for isolation. There's a lot you can do. That's why I don't like getting choked in this train. Sparkle just used his dash. There. He's dashless.
The amount of maneuverability on this map. Yeah, I mean, right now the fuel cannot get out of the subway car. Edison gets caught. A little bit extra damage from Iris. Pelican on the fall through, and the Outlaws once more open up with a successful fight. And we're really seeing the map control.
That opening fight for defense, if they stick on the train car, is interesting. I've seen a lot of ways that people like to address this first point. And the reason I think it's so interesting is because there's a lot of ways to address it as an attacker. And I think it's actually pretty tough to position on defense. Because this is the only real high grounds on this point is this platform here, the building on this left, building here, and then there's a ledge that like Widows can sit on up here. But otherwise, it becomes really hard for defenses once this initial hold gets broken through by whatever means, whether it's like a full rotation this way, maybe they rush through here, or they get control of terrain this way, it becomes really awkward to hold its defense.
That's a movie, by the way.
So Fuel's going to do a different push. I'm confused as to the purpose of Zarya in this comp. The only Zarya adds bubble for Genji. There's so much mobility and range. Yeah. So you play Zarya for a couple reasons. Number one, bubbles for offensive plays. You know, Genji, Nanoblade is the obvious one. You also use it. It's one of the few things in the game that can get rid of purples. So that's one thing. But Zarya also does an unbelievable amount of damage. And so while Doom is more of a disruptor, sometimes he can, you know, solo backline people. But in the tank versus tank, he's a disruptor. And so when you want bigger frontline pressure and threat forward, you know, in the forward version of your comp, that's why you go Zarya. And the bubbles help for you know, going through corridors and stuff. So I don't think Zarya is necessarily a bad pick here. It just changes the way that they want to play. You know, with Monkey, we saw Fearless doing kind of shorter. You're not really flanking, but he's playing kind of defensively, and you can't really do that on this point. I mean, I guess you can, but it's, I don't know. They opt for the Zarya, probably for the frontline pressure. All right, so here's Nano on Pelican. Here's the fast. You notice how in this situation, Houston goes fast. Is this because they have an ult play in mind? They have an ult play. This is really easy, an easy spot to dive right here. So they go the minute they cross this threshold.
It's hit or miss with that, but,
see, right here, boom, they cross it. Now they go. Sparkle dashes with bubble, actually, here on the Merit. And then when that happens, they go in aggressively. Zarya only has only one bubble, if any. She may not have any. There's her next bubble. So she's now completely bubbleless, but she she gets the nano. So that's like the big. They nano defensively here. And she's high charge. Now Zarya is will melt anyone. See how fast Purple and Zarya, they can push in aggressively off this. See, this is where it gets so hard as defense. That fast dive doesn't work out. The defensive nano gets a lot of value. And you can soak. That is one of the other things about Bubble. Because of how much damage it can soak and prevent CC and whatnot, it's really good at soaking aggressive dives. But Merit is on a... Wait, where in the world? That's Merit? Yeah, Merit's alive this whole time, huh? That's who they're looking for? Yeah, so he's just in the back. Right, so here's... There's so many good things you can do with Duplicate. It's pretty crazy. Okay. What in the world is happening? Let's see how this... We need to see how this really starts. Because when this goes aggressive, you look at where Fuel's holding, they should know it's going to be a retake, right? If someone lives and is hiding in back, you can expect them to probably retake. So Fuel is set up with... Here we go. Here we have a better view here. Right here, Lucio, Ana, Soldier. Zarya's holding the forward choke. Genji was trying to mark the Soldier. He's trying to hunt the Soldier down. And then Houston is going to come in with this door with Pelican, and he's going to shift up and copy. Doom is going to run in this way. Merit's behind, and a blaster here. We don't know where Iris sets up. Iris is in main with Lucio. So here's that play. They use Zarya. You have 2 tanks on the field. You bubble your Doom. Your Doom can go really aggressive. Iris does kill Edison, who jumps down. You see right here? Right here. He's purpled. And he jumps down. Dies to Iris from main. Now it's 5v3. You push in on this every time. Zarya is scary. She got the mega, and she's getting pocketed. But it's 5v3 at the end of the day. Okay. Now let's see next setup. Let's see the next setup. So we remember how Houston was setting up before, right? Dante here, supports are down here, Soldier was here, and Echo was kind of just starting here and spamming and then can go anywhere. So how do they change it? Houston's most successful push, or I'm sorry, Fuel's most successful push so far is grouping up as 5, baiting the dive. Houston dove aggressively with Dante and Echo like this, and then they soaked it and defensively nanoed. And that's how they broke through the first time. The train strat did not work. Alright, so we see a kind of a similar set. Oh, well, this time they have Merit in the building with Tac. Here's the nano, or here's the blade at least. The blade bubble. He counters with, he uses Tac as a counter. I really don't like this spot. I don't like tacking out of this window. I mean, he had to expect, he had to think that they were like further out or something. But Sparkle gets the outplay, 2v1 with the blade. And Merit doesn't really get anything with the blade. He gets the kill on Edison, but it doesn't really matter. I do like what their Tac is their only answer at the moment. When it happened, Tac was their only answer to blade. So I'm fine with them going for it, you know? But where Merit went from, it's really kind of unfortunate. He had to have anticipated them pushing way more aggressively, not just Sparkle here. But it also hurts that their supports are out of LOS, you know? And Doom gets slept, so he doesn't actually get the slam slow, right? When Doom slams right here, there's the slam. It hits no one. And he gets slept. If Doomfist hits a slam slow, actually gets the slow, and Merit gets the angle, then that play works. Jesus. Okay. Let's see how they set up here. So, we saw in like, there was, even before Overwatch League, there was the Chinese show match, and a lot of scrims, we saw a lot of dive defense stuff on this point. My shirt is blue, Lucy, thank you. It is blue. So here, we see a lot of dive defenses. They like to set up really aggressively for these chokes, because you can have people, you know, like your Soldier and Ana can start here. Soldier can, I think he can rocket jump up to this if he really wanted to. I think you can jump here onto this and then jump over. But you can start really aggressive up here on top of these ledges, and then you can drop on people. So that's why people running Winston on defense usually like to dive here. Doom's a little different. I'm just trying to figure out how Dante goes from pressuring this door here where he is now to getting stuck over here. What happens? Pelican's over there with Soldier, right? Oh, no, this is Pelican, not Dante. Oh, Dante goes all the way around and tries to help and punch him, and then gets stuck in here. That is an unfortunate miscommunication. We call those a miscommunication because chances are, you know, Dante was just trying to follow up and they just weren't on the same page. But those things happen so fast that, you know. Okay. Now, the counter argument to diving aggressively on the choke, okay, is that this bridge obviously has a crazy amount of value, because any fight that happens on this side of the bridge or on the opposite side of the bridge, this is a strong location for your supports, a starting point for your dive tanks, and a great location for your Soldier. And so when you lose, when you have to back off the front fight, Houston has to back all the way out, and Fuel does a good job of speeding their Zarya up here, and they try to take control of this right away, and they have Nanotac to set up their Soldier for the next fight, and they can do a really aggressive push with Nanotac. So you leave someone on cart that can still influence the fight in the middle, either probably their Ana, because he just has to nano. Yeah. So here they bubble, they Nanotac, and push to control off this high ground. And that is actually just a god tier sleep. Look at this. Iris has the biggest brain of an Ana player I've ever seen in my life with this. They all kite this way. He's focused on the people running because it's an easy kill, and he just waits and gets the midair sleep right here. That's a pretty sick kite back. Yeah, you see that too right here? I was looking at Fielder, but you look right here. This is boom, 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 stickies. So right here, Pelican's going for this, and he gets bubbled to save him. That's a good heads-up play from Hanbin.
Oh, the bubbles. Next level 2 there from Hanbin. They tried to combo him while he was sleeping, but Hanbin said, no thank you. Actually, I will say no to this damage.
Yeah, as I say, if they could finish off Edison
But
there,
that overall, what's up, Giddy? Good to see you, friend. Overall, that's a pretty sick play. Pretty sick play from Fuel to recognize the important part of the map. Because if you've played Midtown, you know how often things get stuck here. And to get rid of this altogether from the equation is really good. They don't have any ult for next, though. They have to build beat and grab, but, you know, Houston has 3 coming up. Okay, so let's look. Okay, hold on. We need to see. Look how fast they go off of this, man. Look how crazy fast this is. Fuel is set up here. They've got Sparkle over here. Edison's here. Hanbin, Chio. I think Fielder died, right? So he's running back right now. They're 4. Houston regroups as 5 and takes the fast fight. We see Pelican and Dante going super aggressive, and I think, yeah, Merritt's going this way. So Merritt probably gets caught in the 1v1 with Sparkle. What happens here? Sparkle has to back off.
Once you're down one, Pelican, it's hard to get space if he doesn't.
See how fast that is? Iris literally throws the nade, and they're already in there. Lastro, Pelican, and Dante are all really aggressive already on the bridge. And Merritt's kiting through to get up to the stairs. Now he's here with influencing the fight. That was really... Why did... Fuel can't take this because Fielder's coming back, right? Where is Fielder at this point? Fielder is... I saw his outline. He's right here. Fielder goes right here. And just the crazy amount of damage from punch into echo combo is so wild. It's so wild. What's up, the real TBS? I'm currently not competitively coaching any teams. I'm doing some private coaching, but I'm not like a coach of a team at the moment. Not sure if I will coach again. I haven't fully decided. But for now, we're taking it easy. Okay. All right. Houston gets the new setup now. So this is a really good position for them. So where can we see where Houston's actually set up right now?
And they're just looking to play so aggressively. Fuel building up towards that grab. Chio about to have the beat, and the beat's going to be important here because you can negate a ton of the value, but you have to build up towards that grab. Chio
okay.
Have the beat, and the beat's
where the heck is... Where is the echo? Am I correct? Where is... We just saw them on the bridge. Okay, we see their shots right here. So both Echo and Soldier are back here with Anna. They're back this way. Soldier goes on the left now. I wonder why. Is he going really aggressive on a flank? No, he's not. He's just playing in the... Yeah, he's just playing in the... Okay. Now, I want to point out, this is a crazy read from Dante. Sparkle gets bubbled, and he's tracking him, immediately turns and punches. That was a crazy read. And they obliterate him. See, this is sloppy to me. This is very sloppy because even though he's bubbled, your Genji being the first one and only one in is just asking for him to die instantly. You know? This seems sloppy. Something this is uncharacteristic from Fuel. From this iteration of Fuel. Okay, well that was kind of... This is the impact of Zarya. When she's discharged, she's gonna melt. And then here's the beat. He actually gets slept. That is wild. You see how close that is? And then he gets immediately grabbed. I think this is a great use of grab, because not only does it deny Pelican's ult, when he comes out of his ult, he's still trapped. So it's not only a defensive ult, it also gets offensive value. Yeah, I agree. Dante kind of got melted. Did he have? Oh yeah, he had ult then. Okay. Anyway, so Merit attacks during that. They don't kill Fielder, but he's separated from Hanbin. Here's the nano. Yeah. But where did Sparkle come back? These type of fights are so hard to analyze because it's like after the initial dive it becomes chaos. And this is all like player decision making and calms in the moment.
Sparkle comes back in time and
Okay,
still
Hanbin's coming back on Doom. He needs to get back fast anyway, so this isn't terrible. Early visor. Oh, Houston or Dallas capped anyway. Yeah, dude, I really wish we had replay codes. This would be so much easier. But this is how analyzing Overwatch used to be, guys. This is how it used to be. All right, let's look at how. So Fuel opts to visor way early to try to prevent them from touching, right? And they keep 3 on cart. Hanbin's running back. He'll be back shortly. They have tech and they have blade. You can tack early if they, and hopefully they beat, because they probably are going to recontest with beat, and then you blade after the beat, right? That's kind of the idea. Houston is going really fast. And the contest comes in here from Pelican, right? Yeah, Pelican touches it once. The beat comes through, but they're going to cap anyway right here. And now Sparkle's going to have a blade. Is he going to use it? They don't even need it. He should just save it at this point, whether they win or lose. Even if he blades and they win the fight there, they only get a little bit of cart push and they have to back off because of the respawn. So I think it's good to save it. You got their beat. You know they don't have beat for next. Now you have a free blade. We have to see how Houston tries to deal with the blade. I don't remember all the specifics of this match, so this fight is like, okay, so let's look at where they actually set up. You can see Dante here. Echo's up top. So Echo's here, Dante's here, Soldier here. So, okay, guess what they did? They did the fork. That weird fork. Maybe this is more of a spork than a fork. They did the spork. And then Iris and Lash over here, and they have a lot of options for where they can speed. They either can speed this way if they want to go aggressive with them, speed this way, or they honestly could just stay in main and then be ready to speed out. Or they can just set up Iris and then Lasher can go aggressive. Fuel is... Doomfist is jumping on Echo. Edison's here. Where's Sparkle at? Sparkle's running back. So this is another example of Houston going extremely aggressive in a situation where Fuel is not set up. This is another example of talking about pacing and how pacing matters in an Overwatch match. Because right here, Sparkle's running back, Fielder's running back, Houston's already kind of close to set up. They're not optimally set up yet, but they're close enough to be able to make it work, and they're going to go aggressive off of it. See that? Dante's already in. I don't know if that was intentional that he went down the stairs, but he dodges the Ana sleep. He actually dodges the Ana sleep from going too far. I wonder if that was intentional. He actually gets the slam, right? Does he actually get damage? Let's see. Right here. Boom. He gets it on to Fielder and Chio. That's good. How much of these in-game strategies are actually planned out, communicated? How much fits in the moment in individual play? I'd say it's about 50-50. The thing is, most of the plans involve... You don't have strict plays like you do in a lot of others, like traditional sports. Sometimes you do. There are certain areas that you can, but in theory, it's better. A lot of teams kind of try to just create the most optimal situations as possible, rather than having like a strict play that you stick to. You try to do what you can to set up one specific. You have like a couple bread and butter combos that you try to take and then put it into every situation, every single map. So Houston's is the spork idea, where I call it the spork. I don't know. I don't know if someone else has a better name for it. But it's where you get kind of three angled attacks here. All right, so Dante's going to try to get AoE slow. That's what the slam is for. You get the slow, and the slow sets up chip damage from Soldier and sticky bombs into execute from Pelican. And this is like their bread and butter combo. Because the Echo takes the role of Genji in that they both are an execute style hero in this comp, where their goal is to finish off the kills, you know. And with Genji, you have a little more option for being aggressive and or a little different options for being aggressive and neutral. Echo's a little better in the neutral aggression, meaning without ultimates in play. But then when ults are going out, Genji, of course, with Blade, Nano, whatever tools they have in one of the other cases, Hanbin running Zarya, he had bubbles. You know, your ultimate plays are a lot more bursty, you know, a lot spikier. And so the way Houston's probably coaching this is they talk about different areas of the map, against this comp, we want to create this situation. And then when they review it and you talk over the individual interactions that happened during a scrim, and you try to replicate the things that you changed and things that you updated. So against the meta comp, you know, their idea of sending Echo super wide for value as opposed to Dallas sending Soldier super wide for value is how this comp differs. So I hope that answers your question, but there's usually a super set play is map specific and like point specific. But usually it's a little looser than that. It's not as like super strict, you know. What's up, Kobe? Good to see you, son. So look, he's going really aggressive. He gets the slow onto the supports, slow there, and he just gets out. So that's... But they separated Edison. That doesn't matter. So now that they have we've talked about this before. Outlaws is trying to do an aggressive play because they know Sparkle has Blade, so they want to try to win the fight before he can Blade. That's one of the other things why pacing is important, is it creates a variable in timing to where they have to react to that timing now. And so they soak the initial dive, they live through it, and then they Blade after. Yeah. Does he hit? Who all does he hit with this nade? He hits both Dante and Lasher with the purple. Sparkle follows it up. So remember we talked about the execute style with Genji. It's the same thing. And there we go.
Now just Pelican on point, getting cleaned up. And that gambit from Dante not paying dividends. They tried to force a lot of
with dive comps, a lot of the set plays come down to diving certain areas of the map. You know most likely where the supports will be, where the tanks will probably set up, where DPS probably will set up, and you try to pick an option to be able to do that. It's interesting that Sparkle has been swapping to Echo for these last fights. He keeps Genji all the way through, and then these last fights he swaps to Echo. I think it's because he believes that the Echo neutral game is better because he doesn't have Blade for the last fight. The Echo neutral game makes a lot more sense. That's probably why. All right, here's Nano attack. So let's hold on. We need to see the setup. I neglected to do this. So here we go. Right here, here, here. So here we have Hanbin's gonna go aggressive here. Sparkle has a slightly different angle like this. He has the option of going really wide, but this doesn't make a lot of sense for this scenario. He probably is just gonna pressure the first arrow. He's probably just gonna do this. Hanbin's gonna go in aggressive here. And then we have Edison here. And since they have Nano attack, Merit ends up coming out this way. So when this dive happens here, Merit comes in this way. And then we don't know where Pelican is yet. Right? I don't see him yet. Oh, no, he's right here. So Pelican's going to come here. Dante's going to come here. And they're going to do a wide with Nano attack. The Outlaws, meanwhile, want to put it away here and now. They're gonna hit him with the spork. Yeah, look at that. Boom. That right there is a great. Let's go back frame by frame. Hanbin is slamming in right now. Dante just slammed in this way. Pelican is coming here, and then Merit is going this way. We have the spork. Well, you have to understand. With Soldier, Blade is a team fight wiping ultimate, right? It is, and historically it's been the go-to. But in this case, when you're running Soldier and Genji, with less barriers, tactical visor, not having fall off, number one, being really easy to aim, number two, and without barriers if you're positioned well, because of the range, is in theory a better team fight wiping ultimate than Genji. Now that's arguable. You can go back and forth on that. But what ends up happening is you use one to get the resources out, and then you use the other either the next fight or in the same fight. And so a lot of times these blades aren't really used as like Nanotac is, for an example. And I'll try to pay a little more attention to kind of address that as we go on. But in its current state, and I wonder if this is going to change with the patch, because in the beta patch that's live currently, Tactical Visor has fall off damage again, and we need to see if that's going to affect soldier pick rate. The difference being Tactical Visor can headshot now, so the threat of blade is also significant. Beta more so than the blade itself. Yeah. Yeah, his soldier's damage got reduced. He added the fall off, so the rifle damage goes down. Like, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how much value it has now in those scenarios. It still is going to. There's no way it's not going to have value in a meta like this. You know, it will still have it, but it's not your primary playmaking ultimate anymore. You know, it's just in this meta, it's different. Whereas when you're running things like Sombra Genji, Tracer Genji, like the old dive comps used to be, or even like the comps where it was like, what was it, in end of season 3 and part of season 4, where you run like, you know, what was it, like a Rissa Sigma or a Rissa Diva, and then like Ashe Genji. You know, Genji is like your big, you use all your other stuff to get resources, and then Genji is your big ultimate, you know? So blades are gonna look way less flashy. Okay. Oh, this is just a replay of the...
Simple parabolics. Simple kinetic right there.
Okay. So now HOU is doing forward pressure, but they kite back, right? They're going to kite back pretty early. Yeah, they are. So this rotation, man, I love it so much. I wish more teams would do this. So we have Fuel doing a kind of a standard setup. Look, their soldier is where Houston's soldier was. The other 4 are going to be here. Dallas is running the Genji instead of the Echo. So the angles Genji's going to come for are going to be way more predictable than the Echo. He has less options. Now, Houston's going to take the long left flank that I'm sure a lot of people watching this match didn't know existed. But you see, what they want to do is they want to get their soldier control of this building. If they can get soldier control of this building, he has free reign over the whole point. So they use Dante. He jumps in, uses cooldowns to get in here. Everyone else is going through the alley. Edison vacates the building. But here's the issue. This is the issue right here. Iris is stuck in main. Well, how did they... This is where we need replay codes, Blizzard. We need replay codes. How does Iris get stuck in main? Was it intentional?
Right now they're playing more reactive than proactive. Okay, as I said, Pelican was perhaps a little bit too proactive. Right into...
So, I'm guessing the reason they do this, the reason they probably do this is they want to pull Fuel to take the fight on the corner here. And then this gives a nade opportunity to hit the nade in this area. You either can hit the nade here, or you can hit a nade here. And this, in theory, if your team's fighting here, it has an OSV Anna, but this seems kind of risky. I'm not really...
And this is one of the downsides to the Outlaws comp, I should say, because they need a lot of space to make sure that they can deal with the value, get away from the value from this Zarya. Pelican's kind of isolated often. Look at this right there. He's up in the air.
Yeah. They're like, Iris has no way of healing that, you know?
One of the issues here with the Echo comp is that they have to be worried about this constant damage coming in, and he needs a lot of space.
So how do they do this next push? Does Fuel change their setup at all? Fuel's setup is a little different, but it's similar. Hanbin's close. Sparkle's close. Edison is here, just poking early instead of down on the left. Anna's in the back left, though. So this is that's probably the safest place Anna can be, to be honest.
Harder on the attack. You can't quite just go
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying so hard to say Iris and not Iris.
even far back under a little bit of pressure.
Okay. So Dante goes in deep to pull the attention.
A little bit harder on the attack. You can't quite
Look at him. He literally goes through, all the way through behind point. He pulls Soldier, pulls Anna, pulls Lucio. They're all looking at him right now. They're focused on the front again. So Houston needs to play safe. And then Dante's going to look for a slam there. They should be following up off of Dante. But where is Houston going to follow up from? Are they still... They look like they're still underneath the bridge, right? Here's the slam onto Edison. And they've... That is so good. See?
Dante even far back under a little bit of pressure.
Okay. Anna, main, Echo by the train car. Soldier, Lucio on the right side of bridge, or left side from their POV.
Waiting to decide where to go.
So they're going through the alley right now. And that, so you see these comms right here? Let's see if we can see what Dante's saying.
Under a little bit of pressure. Waiting to decide where to go. A little bit of slow play here for the Outlaws, but now Dante.
I'm not sure what he's saying, but he's calling for this, and that's good. He calls it, he's going. Their push is already there. That's a fantastic collapse.
One man up, Dante.
And now
All his journey here.
you can play slow. You peel the Genji that went on your Anna.
Says Hanbin. It's time.
Take point pressure.
Blaster on the side while it was going on. Now.
Okay, so how do they do this setup? We saw just now that they were on Iris POV, right?
Sparkle got caught by Blaster on the side while it was going on. Now.
Ooh, I love this. Okay. This is I like this spot here. You have LOS, pretty much everywhere you need to go. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3 soldiers over here, right? And then let's see. How does Fuel retake this? We have Zarya, Anna here. Who is this? That's Doom. So I don't know. Let's see if we can see.
The Outlaws just
Ah,
They
yes.
have Nano available here, and Hanbin
Ah,
recharged.
yes.
They have some options to
All of them push out of one side.
let it kick down here for a little bit.
There's the Nano Zarya.
There's the Nano. It's out. Can they find anyone?
well, he's charged up. 50% has big right on Hanbin.
There's the Nano. It's out. Can they find anyone? Options because that's the point.
Soldiers up top. Okay. Yeah, they got their soldier in the position they wanted originally. Boom, boom. Echo. At this point, we don't know where Echo is, but that's okay.
They're gonna let it kick down here for a little bit.
Echo's on the side, so it's Echo on the right.
Big right on Hanbin.
There's the Nano. It's out.
Nano Zarya.
Well, he's charged up. 50% has Nano still. Dante gone.
Oh, they nanoed him defensively.
The Outlaws still want this fight. Pelican starting around looking for Hanbin. Hanbin again.
But because they lost Dante, they don't get point pressure anymore.
Able to get away. Purple or no, he's going to be healed back up, and the Fuel is doing a great job of draining time off this objective, and Pelican gets caught in for a little bit too long. However, Merritt, as attack visor, gets two, looking for a little bit more. You're looking at Pelican.
Oh my God, Merritt.
Draining time off this objective, and Pelican gets caught in for a little bit too long. However, Merritt, as attack visor, gets two, looking for a little bit more.
See, like this right here, him killing Fielder from this distance, that's outside of his his normal range, right? Like this, that's harder to do in the new live patch.
Looking for a little bit more. You're looking at Pelican, you're not looking at Merritt. He's got
And Chio lost his beat. That's right, I remember. This beat, people were talking about this beat and trying to understand why. You like those? Those are fun, huh? Why Chio beat it? He probably is calling for the bubble. That's why this bubble happened, so he can beat.
Pelican, you're not looking at Merritt. He's got three, and the Outlaws, that should be enough to take the point.
That should definitely be it. The good thing here for Fuel is that they built a lot of time on the clock. As this is going to go down there, but Merritt getting a lot there, a lot of value, and this is just.
But you see how Houston is doing these setups? They're not doing the exactly what I'm explaining is the stuff they literally did on every single map. Every single map they ran this comp is the exact same concept where they have their little spork setup, the 3-angle. When one side goes aggressive, the other side holds. Like you have to. It's a push and pull. It's a give and take. You know, if one side gets pressured, the other side has to get advantage. You know.
Find Fielder who's caught looking to heal.
All right, so Merritt's gonna go up top. Fuel is going to, so because it was a delayed fight, Fuel can't do the close hold even if they wanted to. And so they're going to go to bridge. And from here, hey, guess what they're doing, guys? Echo's going to be shooting from up here. He was just up there. He just dropped. Doom is going to punch in right here, and then Soldier's going to be here. So we have another Spork situation. Is one thing that could happen. I don't know if it will, but what could happen is Soldier could go aggressive here, but it's really, really risky to do that.
And OUTLAWS are doing a great job too of keeping Fuel boxed in. They just weren't able to get a lot of pressure there onto Merit.
Lots of Sporks. So the Spork team.
They do have Blade, they do have Grab.
E-Sporks.
But Lastro gonna have the beat, so he has to choose. Who's he gonna save?
Save everyone.
Okay. We have on the field. We have Grav Blade for Dallas, Duplicate, Meteor Strike, Beat for Houston. So they have Beat for Blade, and that's all you need to do. And because Grav, you can play split, you're willing to sacrifice one person, you might even be able to keep him alive.
He might be able to.
We'll see. The Graviton, though,
If you can, like, Hanbin kind of has to use Grav defensively here.
instrument of destruction in this instance. And
Pelican goes aggressive, gets the Duplicate. Here's the Beat. Beat for the Blade. So,
in this instance,
where's Spark? Sparkle jumps up there. He's going to, beat the backline, right? He's on Lastro right now. Oh my god, he actually almost kills Lastro before he beats.
in this instance,
Look at Lastro's health. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Grab's still ready to go. Sparkle, Blade, finding obstacle after obstacle, goes, okay, Dante. Can
Grab on the...
this tree.
See, and Dante didn't even die to that.
See a tree like that. Sparkle gets stomped on. And the Outlaws continue to push forward. And for the fuel, what now?
I love
Okay.
the way, by the way, that OUTLAWS just played that. They made sure to get the dupe onto this Zarya, making sure they could keep bubbles up, they could keep the aggression.
So here, all right.
Build a very fast grab, and then because they
So here they pretty much have to keep the Soldier up there, right? It's just by far the best spot, and he can go here if he wants to be more aggressive, and then he has the drop down. It's just that's such a good spot for Soldier. Dante's here. Echo's probably going to come over to this side. I'm guessing if we're keeping the theme.
aggressively engaged with the beat, there was no value to be had with Sparkle at all.
Oh, Sparkle.
Yeah, you see that? We've got ourselves a little Spork situation. And he's going to do this. He honestly could just go... They both together could do this. This won't really matter.
He's been playing on hard difficulty to be sure.
So Sparkle is going to run aggressively with Bubble and Nano to try to kill backline.
Here we go once more. Sparkle getting the Nano. No Blade to go
He
with
misses
it.
sleep, but the boop comes
Not quite the
through.
main course, but is it gonna be enough? Missing shurikens on
When does he...
Blade to
At
go
what
with
point does he
it.
actually dash? I need to see this. The dash is right here.
Here we go.
And he hasn't done any...
Once
He's
more.
committing, you know? He's
Getting the
committing with
Nano.
dash
No
here.
Blade to go with it. It's not quite the main course, but is it gonna be enough? Missing shurikens on Iris. Iris able to dodge. Meanwhile, Merritt, he's got the tech visor again. He's looking and looking. 15 HP, gets away. Just barely gets Edison. He's got the tech course, but is it gonna be enough? Missing shurikens on Iris. Iris able to dodge. Meanwhile, Merritt, he's got the tech visor again. He's
Merritt
looking and
drops
looking.
down
15
after the blade and tacks.
Peeks down, gets the heal.
Gets Edison,
And
which
the
is pretty
Outlaws.
close, to be honest. Let's be real. It's pretty close.
They've gone the point.
Point has been grabbed, Hanbin so low. They're trying to keep him alive. The energy's very high. The nade's gonna come out. Hanbin getting healed. They're trying to find him. They're trying to catch him. They say no to the energy. Don't let him take it. They're trying to keep him alive. And
Yeah, they got... That's huge. You want to get Hanbin out with high energy. You really want to.
they're trying to keep him alive, and they finally find him. That's such a big pick.
That's good.
Oh, he just got mugged. The retreat's not going well at all for the Fuel as the Outlaws take no quarter.
Okay.
The Outlaws are
Let's see
so
how Outlaws
I
sets up in
can't
this kind of fight.
I can't overstate this enough. They're making sure they're
We know Fuel will have to touch cart eventually.
They're putting pressure on various different angles.
But it's at a spot where they can just hold here. They don't have to do any kind of craziness. This actually is not a bad spot for Fuel to have to hold.
Set up ever.
It's not terrible.
And you feel the energy just building all around us right now, Vass. The crowd is into it. They sense victory at hand. The Fuel have to hold this back.
Okay, let's look. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay. Look at this. Oh, this is beautiful. They have no idea he's up here.
And they're just not letting them set up ever.
And you feel the energy just building all around us right
So they have Soldier set up here, Echo's here, and then Doom is just in main. So they're already setting up for their little spork, right? This is the concept. But think of this as like he's coming from here. But since Sparkle goes aggressive, you mess with the Spo, you get the Orc, you know what I'm saying? So he jumps on here, counter dive, counter dive.
Now, Bass, the crowd is into it. They sense victory at hand. The Fuel have to hold this back for 3 minutes. It's a tough task, especially when Sparkle dies first. Here comes Edison. Oh,
Hold on a second. Did Dante kill him midair with a punch?
here comes Edison. Oh, for 3 minutes is into it. They sense victory at hand. The Fuel have to hold this back.
He didn't even hit. So he just shifts up to get in range to right click once.
For 3 minutes.
That's fine.
It's a tough task, especially when Sparkle dies first.
Here's the tack.
Comes Edison. Oh, put to sleep. Oh, the fall through Dante. Over and in. The Outlaws firing on all cylinders. Honman drops a grab. But Avast, it's too little, too late.
Dante just cleaning up. 3 minutes remaining. It's just Sparkle on the point. But I have a feeling he'll be going down very quickly. Reflect.
Esports.
Moments for Pelican or for Merit. Pick mine picks.
Yeah, it has been.
Okay. So the next map, now that we're on Dorado,
Poke damage.
we've seen, this is where Houston subs in Piggy, and their style completely changes. And this is largely going to be because of Dorado's map layout, you know, and they want to do something different. I think this is really interesting. Fearless is back in. So Fearless in over Hanbin means they're going to be prioritizing Winston, right? Both players can play Doomfist, or they're willing to play Doomfist. Hanbin was doing what? He's doing Sigma, Zarya stuff, and Fearless is doing Winston. Jane's gonna invent esports.
How much training
Yeah.
do you think had to be done for Lastro when they had to convince Lastro,
Oh,
okay, you're gonna be
Jane.
playing Mercy now? Whereas used to being more,
Oh,
flexible, a little bit more
Jane.
active, and they said, you will not pull out your pistol. You will not
So-
do it except in certain circumstances. You
When
will not
we
completely
got to
aggressive.
this map was the one that in my head
In the background, and he's like,
is what would determine
don't make me bring it out
if
again.
Outlaws is real
Come back
or
from
if they
top,
were
don't worry.
just countering Dallas from playstyle. You know, this is where I kind of had to make that determination,
Just keep the beam on.
or I felt like makes it obvious, because they're going to be playing a completely different comp style, and if they do well with it, you know, they're probably the real deal.
Like we predicted. I know
Here
they're
we
gonna
go.
be Sim here. Are they gonna be Sim?
So what they're just getting, they're using Sim to TP their supports on high ground, and Sim's going to go back to spawn.
Sim here to take some high ground position because Sparkle is currently on the Symmetra.
Well, just
So here's the thing. Pharah Mercy, all right? Pharah Mercy is technically countered by Widow. Ashe is also technically countered by Widow in situations where Widow has good sightlines, where she can live in her long range. In this comp with Sparkle on Echo,
looking for the early shots here on the Widowmaker.
there's still just a lot of pressure on Edison to get something going here. All right, Sparkle's actually going to be playing Genji instead of Echo, which means we're going to be seeing dives from Fearless, and so they're not going to be doing as many spork-like activities.
Still potentially
You
good.
know,
Pelican is at risk of getting
they're just going to be doing kind of straightforward dives and setting up their Widow on off angles. That's like their goal. You know, Genji and Winston can take slightly different angles, but they're not going to be too far from each other generally. Sparkle just got dominated by a rocket. One, boom, dead. Between Diva and the rocket right there.
hit Sparkle with the rocket. It's easy. It was just in the game plan.
I mean, but even still, they don't have card presence. They're preferring to back up here, play the choke.
Pharah's one of those characters that's in a weird spot. I don't think people haven't fully investigated how strong she is in Overwatch 2.
Right now, the
That's
Fuel
scary.
are really relying on Edison landing that one magic
Pelican is
shot.
playing the angles really well.
You either Fuel
But let's actually look at how they're setting up, right? So we have right here, Piggy's playing close. He's doing initial pressure, then he's just bouncing up and down off cart. We have Pharah Mercy above, and Ashe, I think, is back here somewhere. Fuel right now is all in main.
They should focus down.
right now, the
See if we can
Fuel,
see
they're really
Ashe.
relying on Edison landing that one magic shot. You're kind of the whim of the widow. You either feast
Okay, yeah. Merit's here. Piggy's here. We have Mercy's here. Anna's there. Fuel is all here.
To the Widow, or it's a pure famine, and Pelican's doing a great job of staying alive. Down's gonna get a lot of free rockets into the fuel, and Pelican finds Sparkle once more. Staying alive. Down's gonna get a lot of free rockets into the fuel, and Pelican finds Sparkle once more. Gets the Widow.
That was good. That right there. This is what I want to see from Pharah's more. If you're playing defensive Pharah and they pick something like this, when you see an opportunity to quick jump onto people like this, that's really good. It's unfortunate that Edison was reloading at the time, but he's not always going to be hard scoped in like a specific area. And as long as you're doing different angles, as long as you're approaching him from different angles, I think that's pretty solid. And now Fuel has to get out. If they don't have their Widow, it's like you either need to hard engage or hard leave. And they chose the hard leave. Alright, so Edison swaps off Widow to Soldier. He's not feeling like he can get good sight lines with the way they're playing, so he's going to play Soldier. Similar concept though.
I think the field realized even though the Widow was tempting, the Soldier a little bit more consistent with Pelican. The Barrage ready to go. The Mercy at his back. The Outlaws with a lot of ults. Ready to invest into this fight, and already 2 minutes off the clock.
Okay.
The Outlaws with a lot of ults. Ready to invest into this fight.
He got blasted right before, right? He went critical for a sec.
Ready to invest into this fight, and already 2
Yeah.
minutes off the clock.
And then,
Meanwhile, goes in, drops
what was that initial aiming with the Barrage? What the heck was that? Is he shooting at Soldier?
the Barrage. Off the
Interesting.
Nano. It's not the fielder.
But he gets Anna,
Outlaws in a good
so
spot.
that's good.
And while that was happening too, Fearless got slept while having the nano, but Merit going down still. And Edison taking this. And while
Ready to invest in
So at the same time, Fearless is nanoed right there. And he gets slept here. He jumps in and gets slept, you see? Right there.
Goes in, drops the Barrage off the Nano. It's not the fielder. It's enough to put the Outlaws in a good spot.
And while that was happening too, Fearless got slept while having the nano, but Merit going down.
They are able to
still.
get Merit,
Edison
though.
taking this duel, trying to stay alive, really. Pelican?
Edison.
Trying to stay alive, really. Pelican?
Damn.
Pelican?
Pelican misses the rocket. That rocket.
Pelican probably should have gone out earlier, but Pelican right now definitely feeling it.
And right now, Fuel in control of
I know it's a
the point.
Defiant game. They gave a lot more back then.
Zone
Yes.
the backline
Yeah.
alongside
I'm gonna watch the.
Fuel moving forward. Outlaws
I
waiting for
probably am gonna watch the Toronto game
Still
after
does not have
this.
that bomb just yet, but Piggy will have the bomb here.
There's a couple
To zone
things
the
from
point
there I
just
want to
a bit.
highlight
But well,
too.
they should be looking for an engage.
Bob's ready. Bob picked up the cell phone. He's over and in. He's in the back.
He's sleeping.
And he's sleeping.
He's tired.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. Understand how Fearless just juggles Iris.
He's tired.
Bob picked up.
Bomb here. Waiting for
All right,
the
let's go
zone.
back a little bit. So after they get the kill off the Pelican, right here off the res, they're even again.
And right now, Fuel in control of the point. Even though Fearless got
They're even
swept,
again, but they're actually
alongside
in the
Sparkle.
point. So,
Now Fuel moving forward. Outlaws waiting for Zone to come back. A lot of
oh
damage
my
on Fuel.
goodness.
Merit still does not have that
Merit
bomb
took
just
so much
yet, but
damage
Piggy will
there.
have the bomb here to zone the point just a bit.
so Fearless is jumping for the bubble here, pressuring backline because we know their supports are over here. We saw Soldier drop this way.
They should be looking for an engage.
And Piggy
Bob's ready.
is just kind of contesting cart, right?
Picked up
He's
the
holding
cell
cart.
phone. He's over and in.
They were trying to have Bob go to cart,
Back.
He's sleeping.
but obviously he gets
He's tired.
hit by
Yeah, I mean,
Primal
he
and
didn't get a whole
slept.
lot of sleep last night.
Primaling in the back here.
Just juggles Iris to the end.
And Piggy dies on cart.
Now Fearless still bringing everyone back.
That was good.
Staying alive. 28 feet.
That all starts because Edison wins the 1v1, a 2v1 I guess, against Pelican. And then after the res, they're able to kite back and instantly kill him again. And they're able to push forward off the man advantage
Lost a lot of time, but
and clean up with ults.
with momentum. Still not bad.
Piggy actually bombed, by the way. Bombed to remech and died.
He's tired.
Yeah,
Died
I
while
mean,
he's
he didn't get a whole
remeching.
lot of sleep last night. Understand how
Right here.
Pandemic, he's back to the bubble there.
And the Fueler's saying a pretty good time here.
All right, now look at this. This is what I'm talking about. I love this. See this? They're speeding their Anna Soldier up top. So what they're gonna do here? Fearless and Sparkler are gonna go from either like something like this, and then Edison's gonna be this way. And you have a great Anna nade angle.
Tough. Well, they lost a lot of time, but
But we need to see, important thing here to note, Pelican is now on Soldier. They're still on Mercy. So now Mercy's going from pocketing Pharah, but now he's pocketing Ashe, and Soldiers should be probably sitting, you know, you probably split these two up, you know? Like we have Pelican on this side. This is beautiful. I love this. Look at this. So we have, in this case, Soldiers over here. I'm sure eventually, when the fight gets closer, Ana and Soldier are going to be over here. But for now, it's 4-1 split, but they keep their DPS separated, so we can enable crossfires. This is the push. I've talked about this setup a lot on stream since they did it, because I like it a lot. It reminds me of a lot of old-style Dorado setups that you don't really see anymore, because just the way things have developed in Overwatch 1. All right, so Fuel is setting up for this one actually. So what they're doing is putting Fielder here so we can he can jump and get the close nade is the idea.
Get in her way. Pelican getting a little bit low there for the Outlaws. The Fuel is looking for some good consistent payload progress, and here we go. Nano
okay. Oh my goodness.
You don't get rejected harder than that. That is absurd. Good consistent.
Toronto used Tracer really effectively. Now this is a crazy hard sleep dart to hit, okay? There's two things. Number one, Winston is jumping as well, so you have to weave it past Winston's model. Number two, Winston usually is bubbling sooner than this. So Fearless's bubble comes out late. See? Where is Pelican that he kills Edison, right? Okay, so Pelican, aha. Edison was set up here. Pelican is already here. And he kills him before this even happens. You see how crazy that is? One side, this is what I'm talking about. One side gets pressured, the other side gets value. And we see this over and over again. This is a little drastic because it's a little lucky that they're trying to engage at the same time.
You don't get rejected harder than that. That is absurd.
And while that was happening too, Pelican went from the flank and got the kill early on to Edison. So they were already down to DPS. That entire push was ruined. It was worse.
Okay, yeah.
By GPA.
See the split now?
Yeah.
Here's the split setup. Ana Soldier on left, Ashe Mercy on right. They can support each other whenever the dives happen. Piggy can be flexible. Piggy will be the cart toucher, so he'll bounce up and down from here, and then he'll go either up here or up here, depending on where the fight's going to happen. But this relies on a lot of communication, because Piggy has to know in advance where he's going to be diving. So anything that can be seen from these sides and these sides has to get communicated and pinged out, so that way Piggy can be in position to actually follow up. But now they're in a good spot because Dallas just used both of their ults, the two ults that they had, and Houston has ult advantage. So here, like Pelican they communicate it, and look, Piggy's already ready. Piggy's already in position, Merit's in position. So when they push Pelican over here, now they have to deal with this, and then Piggy's gonna jump on him as well. And it's the exact same concept on the other side of the bridge too.
They're just trying to play slow, but they find Pelican.
Pelican out of the fight, the Fuel now. A little bit more renewed. Bob, back over,
That's kind of BM.
Find himself running on back.
By the way, Flastro gets the res, and then they continue to just rush forward with that nano. Bob plays slow, but they find Pelican. Bob, I mean, there's a lot of ults.
All right, so they get the Pelican kill here. Where you see Sparkle just dashed in. Lastro Valks. Sparkle's dashing out. He gets the res. Piggy's asleep. And he gets out from the cover. Res happens. And now they're pushing with Nano. They have Nano. And they have Valk up. And they have Bob up. So Fuel not being able to deny that res is a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal. Because they were up one. Oh, this is the one I was talking about. See how hard this is to hit? It literally hits his foot, dude.
With also that
It literally hits his foot. Where's the animation for it? Hitting. Right there. See that? That is why this sleep is so insane. Despite the fact that Fearless didn't early bubble for the sleep. Look at that. He hits it right there. Crazy.
also that coach gun from Merritt. Goodbye, Sparkle. He's sent on out. He's thrown on out of there. He says, no blade here.
No,
You can tell me his position before the fight, and Family Tracer was always there.
But now,
Yeah.
the fuel.
Yeah. I'm really excited to watch it. Because there's a lot of things I was talking about when I was watching it live.
Very much back
And it'll be really interesting to watch it back and be able to actually analyze it.
ready to erupt if it finds its target. Piggy, showing up.
Review the one where Dallas wins.
Waiting for Fearless anymore. No bubble. The bomb.
I might. I probably won't do it this stream, but
Piggy just gonna be holding on to it right now, continuing just contest the card.
I probably will review it. Okay, so look, it's the same concept here,
Barrier's blocking it now, but Piggy's
right?
gonna be
We
holding
still have the same split. Where's Piggy at?
If it finds its target.
Piggy's touching cart.
Piggy, showing up.
and now there's no bubble remaining for Fearless anymore.
Counters.
No bubble.
There's the Primal. Primal jumps over there. Now Piggy's touching cart now, right? Piggy's on cart.
Piggy just gonna be holding on to it right now, continuing just contest the card. As out
Piggy doesn't have to get any kills. All he has to do is stuff the cart and let his pocketed DPS do what they want.
Fearless gonna get the nano and getting the nano.
Oh
Gets
my
the
God.
as Outlaws just playing slow, poking that damage.
Fearless gonna get the
I mean,
nano,
honestly,
now gets
I mean,
As Outlaws just playing slow now.
Fearless literally walks through the point here, out in the open. This is like a very obvious,
Poking that damage.
Fearless gonna get the nano and getting the nano.
very obvious sleep to hit.
Puts his big sleep target on him and he's not gonna get much more. The primal gone, Edison gone, Falcon with 2, and the Outlaws continue.
Meanwhile, Piggy touches cart and stuffs. He's blocks all support.
For Outlaws. They're playing so well spaced. They're making sure that any sort of dive for the fuel, it's getting
All right,
blunted.
even though
It's getting
they
blunted by the
die,
power
they
by
get the
the
trade,
It's getting blunted by all
and
the
now we're in the
players
same
early.
situation.
And Fuel just haven't had an answer.
Again.
This is gonna have to be the fight because they're almost out of time. And also
Fuel has
they're gonna
both
have to-
blade and tack.
Yeah, the time is not on their side.
Like Houston's about to have 4 ults.
Is Edison now. Attack
So how is Fuel
ready to go.
going to set up to try to beat this? Like they can't even get up to the high ground without the pressure. Like this is why I love this setup, is because when they do this rotation, they do get a lot of pressure from Soldier here. And then like a lot of times Sparkle ends up trading it out, but they have,
Left the Fuel
Houston has a res.
putting their series life potentially on the line here soon if they don't make this attack good.
Look at how much like pressure that is just to set up, you know? That's what I'm talking about, pacing. Just to set up to get to the point where you could dive, they have to fight for every single inch of the map.
Iris, why did you take it? You didn't
Like, okay, this does not happen with the new patch, right?
low HP. Looking. Iris, why did you take it? You didn't need to. Edison finds one.
Flash is gonna get the res anyway,
More
though.
here. Res comes up. A free res from Lastro.
And
Bob down the field.
Pelican is owning.
Comes up. A free
Who's over there?
finds
It was
one.
Anna and Soldier. It was Fielder and Edison.
More here.
And Pelican pushes up now. Tack's gone.
A free res from Lastro.
Boom, boom.
Down the field and Pelican finding Edison. Looking for more. Merritt on the bomb.
Yeah, Mercy's still key. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's like his blade is just a spaghetti noodle. He's whacking and he's whacking, but he just can't find him. And Outlaws playing so well on this composition.
That right there is a really cool second point defense. That's not meta, you know? That's not a meta defense. I mean, at least to my knowledge, it's not a meta defense. Yeah. In this day, I think it's fixed now, but it was bugged. What the heck?
In the arena. They have taken the fuel to task. And also
What the? Crimzo.
in the Scrimbucks exchange is panicking.
Traders out there.
Yeah, it was bugged. That and environmental kills on the kill feed were bugged.
Oh, Julie,
But I noticed,
that last.
even though the environmental kills were bugged, people were still getting ult charge for it in these matches, so
And,
that's fine.
well, one good thing for the fuel here is that first point holds.
All right, this is the second
still
sleep.
fairly like Dorado. More so on other maps. Oh, you see it again. Iris has just been so consistent on the sleeps. We're gonna be seeing that Sparkle clip for a long time.
Okay.
Not for the good reasons for Sparkle.
Yeah,
but
it was just a
very
kill
good
feed
reasons
bug.
for Iris.
Iris has been a monster with the sleep so far.
All right, let's look at the opening setup for Fuel. Fuel is opening with Widow defensively. That's uncommon. I'm sure it's uncommon for right now. And they have a Brig and an Echo. And you play Brig. The Brig is considered like a flanker supporter in this comp. So even though Pelican has a Mercy support, which is also not usual, it's the same concept, but it's burst healing with packs. And you can burst heal from range. You don't have to commit Brig to the 2v2. It's kind of like a 1.5 versus 2. That's why you play Brig in this comp. You just don't have the damage boost. Were they? I thought they were fixed today, weren't they? I mean, we'll see. We'll see in a minute. I wasn't really paying attention to them today, to be honest.
Need a dramatic defense here. When you're playing Widow, that means your Widow needs to perform. So much pressure on Edison in this situation, but the Outlaws are not.
So here, one of the things about Brig now is she's one of the tankier supports, right? So people are using Brig as like the cart holder. He's taking D.Va's role here. He has less staying power than D.Va, but he is taking D.Va's role. And that frees up Fearless to go aggressive onto whoever, either backline or on Merit. So what's probably going to happen is we're going to see Piggy has to try to choose between pressuring out Edison or just pressuring Monkey and letting everyone deal with Widow, on their own with sightlines. And Brig's going to be the one primarily on cart. See this? Yeah. So Brig is here. Sparkle's here. Fielder's back here. Widow's here. Widow's going to be fluid. He's not going to be here the whole time. And then he's controlling the stairs. Because what used to happen is you would have one tank controlling cart, one tank controlling stairs, and then both supports back by the fountain. But since there's one less tank in the game, Brig is taking that role in this comp. And they're trying to keep it similar. Widow's basically just going to be taking one shot and then moving every time.
One shot here, Avast could set the tone, but Edison has not been able to find that one shot. It's been elusive. It's been.
All right, so let's see Houston set up. We have Echo Mercy just above. Piggy's walking in from main. Ash is probably just sitting in bridge, I'm guessing.
We're all looking for it, but we can't find it.
No, not yet. And a lot on the line here for the Fuel.
Where is Merit? Oh, yeah, Merit's going this way. So he did the initial poke. Now he's going under. So Merit's gonna peek from here, and Pelican's gonna go from this side. You see, we have our own little crossfire spork setup. I think the way Fuel beats this is doing basically what Toronto does, and I'll highlight that. But it's by you shut down one of the sides before it happens. And Toronto is able to do that with Tracer.
But as they wait, that does give opportunities for Edison, but it's more opportunities for Pelican who finds Sparkle. Opportunity, but as they wait, that does give
Sparkle doesn't get the pack fast enough.
Here on point A, and the Outlaws are playing with their time here, Invest. They're not being too greedy. They're looking for that one opportunity, but as they wait, that does give opportunities for Edison, but it's more opportunities for Pelican who finds Sparkle.
Chio couldn't even see him, huh? Chio was below him under the roof. Yeah, that's unlucky.
They're getting close to the rally, but Fielder getting taken out, and Piggy's gonna go down, but just gonna commit the bomb because it's put them even further. And look how far the cart's already moved. There's going to be really no chance for a retest for Fuel.
This is the danger zone for the Fuel. If they care for here and now.
See, the issue is that Fuel is like trying to mark so many things at once that they're just giving Houston all the free time and space in the world, They're trying to play so reactive that they're not forcing Houston to be uncomfortable.
Danger zone for the Fuel. If they can't, a little under. This is Outlaws.
Quick presence. They also have the nano, so they can just contest the high ground.
Okay. Let's see how this is gonna go. So they're gonna flank with Nano Echo. Winston's gonna come from the other side.
For now, they nano Sparkle. Sparkle looking for Pelican, gets amazing protection from Piggy. Defensive matrix all over him.
And when we move forward here, ZP, we need.
I like the idea. Even though they don't get anything, it was proactive. It was before Houston was ready. It was pretty good.
Keeping the pressure onto Iris and Merit has to be. Otherwise, Piggy just continually get more value than him.
been slept. A little bit of revenge for Fielder, showing that Iris is not the only one with good sleep darts here today. Pelican, though,
Rallying
soon.
with sights. They're going aggressive.
Pushing him back now, needs to get out with his life. Should be able to do just that.
Yeah, Diva's role, I think Diva only thrives in this comp because they're playing Ashe Echo. You know, it's very stationary. They're not trying to be it's not a fast aggressive pace, you know. It's a different pace than what they were running before.
Anti gonna come out though onto Iris. They know that they're calling. They're saying Iris is low. They're saying Iris is low. We need the pressure onto Iris. They're gonna find him.
Iris down, Fearless. A little bit rumble in the jungle here. Finally though, getting taken down.
Pelican gets the health with the new health bar.
And the Fuel need any advantage they can get. However, the Outlaws, they get enough of that fight, that more payload progress going on now. Pelican going in, drops the rally. Gonna be out of Brigida form here in a second.
However, Piggy getting close to the bomb. You want to know it's a great C9
so they're
a bomb here, and there's only one barrier.
Houston's gonna chill for a sec.
About to have the nano. They need to go on value, and they don't want to invest too
and now they're gonna look for something. So they have, and now that everyone's regrouped, Ashe is here. So you have to think of the ideal way that this comp plays is Ashe has to be set up. You know, you don't the way Ashe works, she basically just has to be able to walk to like peek and be able to affect the fight, you know? Whereas Soldier and Echo and Genji have a lot more freedom to make maneuvers as the fight's breaking out. So they get their Ashe set up in advance. And the fact that Fuel isn't marking this anymore, this is like a big blunder from Fuel in my opinion. They have 1, 2, 3 different people that can be contesting this area. We'll say 2 because they got kind of pushed out. We'll say Sparkle and Fearless, and neither of them can. And maybe this is because the cart is so close and they can't. And it's just it's a checkmate situation. But not being able to contest this is really bad. This is the only way Houston gets value. Is up here, their Ashe sets up. Piggy can just can sit on cart and bully Fearless. Because in the 1v1, Diva's going to shred Winston. And now Pelican can come this way. He either can flank all the way under like this. He can just go over top or just pressure Fearless with him. Diva shooting Fearless and then Pelican being able to beam him is ideal. Houston's not trying to push into Fuel. They're trying to create scenarios where Fuel has to push into them. And that way Piggy can counter dive with his boop and his matrix and just bullying Monkey. And then Merit's in position already in advance to get damage off of it. So you kind of see the difference in how this comp works compared to their other comp. Dallas last year was known for their pace and engaging off tempo before you could react, and they were oddly passive. Exactly. I mean that's kind of the main thing. Houston kind of took that role of Dallas in this match. You know, Houston controlled the pace, they controlled the tempo from start to finish, and it was very clear.
The series on the line here now. Fuel, a must-win fight. Will they be able to rise to the occasion, or will the Outlaws take them out? Sparkle, all eyes on him, with the ult in the ready. Edison, off the Widowmaker now, going to the Soldier.
Houston's take, okay, look at this flank that they're doing now, okay. So they opted for an even longer route. They didn't like what they were seeing, and they put Merit back here. And now Pelican's going through Courthouse right now, or Church. Going through, and he's going to flank right here. You see him right here? Boom. And then Merit. I'm not sure if Merit's going to peek from main or if he's going to rotate all the way up. We'll see. Yeah, you definitely... They nanoed Diva. That's so funny. He copies Diva and they nano him. That's a good target. And that stuffs this whole push. So that's really good. Yeah, that's good. But that's 2 ults. That's literally all that they have, and Outlaws didn't have to use anything to get away from it. So that should be considered a failed push from Fuel. Even though they get time, they lose 2 ults, and Houston can re-engage off this. Boom, right here. They're already back in. And how in the world did Chio get stuck up there? Whatever happened here is kind of what ends the map. However, Chio gets stuck over there.
Will they be able to dodge away? They do rather adeptly. And now the Fuel on the back foot.
See,
Sparkle
they
needs to get away.
identify it and split them off,
So early, there's the bomb out, too. There's no barrier. Everyone's zoned.
and it's done.
Pelican bringing the Outlaws home.
See,
One good
they didn't have to do a crazy play. Houston literally just played defensive. They kited him back, and they waited for an opportunity to capitalize on a punish.
and the Outlaws have won the battle for Texas.
Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can be up to date on when the next video drops. Peace.